sure in there are no problems over here. All right, awesome. We got people signing back on. Okay, I guess some people haven't figured out in the general chat that the channel was archived. I'm not sure, like everyone should be able to read it. All right. Okay, so the gulag is coming in here. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Just making sure. All right. Okay, let's take a look at this over here. So pound yen basically just ranged in the same area that we had. It came up to 151.800. This is the analysis we sent yesterday in the Asian session. Let's take a look at, let's bring up gold over here as well. Hey, good morning, good morning. I already made my money for 420. Just here for a good time. Oh, nice. So gold has been ranging now. Okay, perfect. Gold basically has nothing to do at this point. So let's do some fresh analysis on pound yen. Let's remove everything. Let's go towards the daily time frame, see what's going on. So the previous daily candle did eventually go bullish. We were correct about, you know, price breaking and closing about 150, 400, and we're basically now trying to retrace from this previous rejection area on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at that on the 4 hour. 4 hours also came up to this consolidation area. We're kind of like rejecting here as well. Now we'll have to break this down on the 1 hour time frame and see what's going on. So on the 1 hour time frame right here, we're creating some sort of a resistance right here, right? And below this area, we have this support over here around 151.350, and then we have another pretty solid support at 151.070. So let's look at this on a 30-minute time frame. 30-minute is a mess right now. I would say this is a mess. We're coming down to the support. Let's measure this range. This is a 18, 20 pip range here, you know, 30 pip range all the way up till here. But it's just very difficult to say whether price is going to continue down or not because we got a lot of noise here to the left hand side. Let's take a look at that on a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a clean price action to trade, to be honest. Let's take a look back on a 30-minute. Realistically, I would want to see price break above 151.900, or even, let's say, what's this price over here? 151, yeah, 151.900. I would want to see price break above 151.900 to be able to continue moving bullish. And if we're going to continue moving bullish from this area, we got to identify from the left-hand side, how far can we move up to? Oh, look at that. We have a range all the way up towards 152.050, and if you measure this range, this is a 17, 18, almost like a 20 pip range over here, which we can come up into. So this is going to be a pretty good idea for price to break above 151.900. So that's something I'm going to be looking at here for today. Break above this area, clean range to continue moving up. For sells, maybe looking for sells below 151.350. You know, but the whole problem is we have this rejection over here and then another rejection here. So it's very difficult to say how clean that's going to be. Or if we start creating a support around this area, we could continue moving down to fill this wick over here. So that's so a couple of options we have right here. So we're going to keep exploring these options to see how well they work. Because look, 15-minute candle came down, made a low, it's coming up. If it creates a resistance, I think we can continue moving down in this range. So we'll be looking to see how that works. Just registered for April 25th intake. I'm very excited. Been trading for 4 years and still not profitable. Oh, I have faith in you. Nice, nice. This is the final frontier now. All right, let's take a look at some charts over here. So we have gold 30-minute chart. Potential buy above 1776. Looks good. Because if we look at 1776 over here, okay, let's just do fresh analysis on gold as well. I think you're correct about 1776 right here. Because above this area, we have clean traffic going up. So that's going to be something important to potentially wait for price to continue bullish. And if you look on the smaller time frames here, I think a break below 1766 would be a much better idea. Let's see that area over here. Yeah, right here you have a zone over here. You're looking for cleaner sells below 1760. Okay, let's see where price goes from there. This is GJ, potential sell below this area. Okay, looks good. And buys above 152, 120. Why not above 151,900? I think exploring buys above 151,900 would also be a pretty good idea. That's something I'm going to be looking for here too. 151,900 for a potential move bullish. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is buys above 1776, sells below 1760 on gold. Let's see that 1760 area over here. Oh, below this area right here, 1760. See, I'm looking for also sells below 1766, because if we continue down with volume, we can fill this wick over here, which is a 30 pip wick, right? Below this area, we can fill this wick easily. So that's something I'm going to be exploring here if price starts to come down here a little bit. If GJ keeps going up, how far are we going to identify zones, since there's only 4-hour time frame available? I think there are bigger time frames. There are smaller time frames available too. Like, look, we have this area right here. We have another one at 152, 220, and above this area we have more up to, like, 152, 700, 152, 800. So we can start having conversations of these areas once we start breaking above 152, 200. But for now, I think price is just ranging. It's kind of like consolidating, retracing. I mean, there's nothing to do at this point. This is another pound yen chart. Green line is daily resistance. Clean candles to look for buys above there. Okay, nice. We'll see how that works out. Let's take a look at GA. GBPAUD. Okay, looking at the daily time frame, looks like the daily did a huge retest over here, and it's coming back towards this daily resistance area. This is a very, very strong resistance, because look how many daily candles they basically rejected this area. Oh, Renee got a haircut. Damn, lucky guy, man. We're locked down in Canada here, and he's out there getting haircuts. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. I don't think he heard us, but whatever. So we got a resistance at 1.80380. Obviously, we got a support down over here. Very, very simple analysis, right? So whenever you're looking at the charts, you're identifying the most recent resistance and the most recent support. Next, you're looking at, if we break support, where can we head off to? So this is the next area where we can potentially head off to. If we break resistance right here, maybe the next area could be right up over here. So let's take a look at that on the 1-hour time frame. So looking at the 1 hour, perfect. We got that resistance right up over there. Maybe want to adjust the support down over here based on the 1 hour time frame. Perfect, right? So as price was moving up, it basically broke above this resistance over here, and now we can take a look on the 30-minute, and yeah, it looks like it's pretty bullish at this point. GPAUD, but we kind of like have to wait. Yeah, I think we got a minor resistance over here as well. I would want to see, if price is going to continue moving up, I want to see some sort of a support formed for price to really continue moving up, because we got clean candles here to the left hand side. All right, what's this here? Gold 1 hour chart, clean 120 pip range for price to move up. Perfect. And obviously looking for sells below this area, which is 1960. What's this chart over here? This is a trade taking London. Oh, very nice. I was looking at this. I was looking at this move up. When I woke up to eat, I was looking at this area when we broke above these highs, and I was like, man, I'm pretty sure someone took that trade. It was a very clean impulse entry. This is GU. We got a support, clean sells once we break below these lows. Also, I think you can have clean sells if a 30-minute candle can close bearish below this gray zone you have, for price to potentially fill the wick and then eventually continue down to this area to the left hand side. And then obviously, buys above this consolidation is going to work out pretty well. I've got a runner from 156.75, 156.75, currently up 90 pips. Not sure the best way to trail manage this, but hoping to ride it all the way back up to 153.500. Any advice? So you got a runner from 156.75 down over there. I think if I was in that position, I would maybe move my stops at like 150.350, and the reason why, because those stops are going to be below the 4-hour candle, and also that's going to be below. Yeah, I think that would be pretty good. I mean, if you can have it below the 4-hour candle, this means if price is going to continue moving bullish, the 4-hour candles should continue printing, higher lows and higher highs, which means they shouldn't break the 4-hour lows at this point. But if you want to be really safe, then maybe trail the stop below the daily time frame, below the daily candle over here. Because if you want price to continue bullish, then you don't want the daily candle to break the previous daily's low. But also know this, that position will sometime get stopped out, if price doesn't go up. So you got to be okay with that. We got the 15-minute candle closing in about 1 minute over here. And I'm exploring options that if it does close bearish, can we take a sell for price to continue down in this 15, 16 pip range? But also, would that be a FOMO entry? Yeah, it doesn't look kind of good at all. Doesn't really. I mean, it stinks. All right, let's take a look at this area over here. Oh, nice. The same buys over here with runner secured profits. SPX 500. If bullish candle closes, support has formed and could look for potential buys. Perfect. Simple analysis. Also, if we break above this high, then those buys would make sense too. And obviously, if we break below the support, you're looking for sells. All right, let's take a look over here. We got 9 seconds left for this candle to close. Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't want to execute over here. I just don't know. 10, 11 pip stop. You got a wick at like 7 pip wick fill, and then 12 pips there. If it goes down, it goes down, but I'm not going to be, entering in this trade here for price to continue down. I'm going to stay out and wait for something better. There's always something better around the block. Trust me. Always something better just around the corner. So yeah, for this, I'm going to sit out. Okay, what's this? GU sells below this area for price to go down because of these shadows. Wait for the candle to close. Very nice, very nice. I do think this, if it breaks support, we can continue bearish. I do think that. Have you been looking at Bitcoin? No, I don't look at Bitcoin. What's up in Magic Keys? Not handed to DHL. I would say go look at our stories on Instagram and you'll get your answer over there. How would you have entered this trade? All right, let's take a look over here. Let's take a look on the 5-minute on pound yen. Yeah, I don't know. Don't want to execute on this. May want to execute below 151.360. For all what it's worth, may want to execute below that area, but not at this point. Also, potential buys above 1776. Of 1776. This is what we're looking at. Potential buys above 1776. Would you say breaking the low on GJ would be a good entry? I mean, it could be a good entry, but I don't like that trade at all because this wick basically means rejection, and you got a support over here. It's a big host of issues right over here. So I may want to look for sells below 151.350 rather than sells over here, because also remember this, right? Whenever you're taking a trade, you're putting yourself in the best position to win. Always put yourself in the best position to win. Sometimes things may look okay, but then you got to ask yourself, is this the best trade to take at this time? And most probably the answer is going to be no. And when the answer is no, then you're just going to be like, okay, well, maybe I'm just going to wait. So I'm just going to wait over here. I mean, can you take a look at this chart? All right. This is gold, 1 hour chart, risky buys. I think these are pretty good buys rather than risky buys because you got clean candle here to the left hand side. Risky sells. I think these are also good sells below this area. So let's see what happens here. Guys can open 2 MT4s on one computer. No. I think you can open 2 MT4s on different brokers on one computer. Oh, you can open 2. Oh, okay, okay. I've never tried it. Oh, it looks like GA is going to continue moving bullish over here, pumping bullish. Let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, we got clean range here on GA to continue bullish. Can you explain the short that you're looking for on 151.360? Yes. So I'm looking for a price to kind of like break below 151.350 on the 30-minute chart and then take a sell based on that for price to continue down to fill this wick first and then continue down towards 151, 170, 150. How do I enroll in the gulag? You are already in the gulag. There's only one level to the gulag. Especially, imagine there were different levels. Just one level. Let's take a look on your JPY here. So your JPY finally broke out of this mess over here, this behemoth of a consolidation here in your JPY for the last 14 days. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, we're kind of like retracing after creating a high, which is pretty good because whenever price creates a high or creates a low, always understand this, right? There's a higher probability that price is going to continue moving up to retest that high. So right now, maybe it's retracing. We don't know that yet, right? Let's take a look on the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour, it's approaching some sort of a support. On the 30-minute as well, it's approaching some sort of support right over here. Basically, we would want to see some sort of a support formed in this area for price to potentially retest this zone that it broke. So if we measure this range, it's like a 15, 16 pip range. Could be a pretty good idea. But if it does continue moving down, I think it should create a support right here to potentially continue moving bullish. Is it better to buy gold on 1772 once candle break up and closed? 1772. Let's take a look at that. I mean, I don't think so. I think you can if you want, but I'm looking for buys above 1776, especially when we look on the 30-minute time frame here. Because if I take a buy above 1776, I have clean candles to the left-hand side, and I can have a much easier trade with filled with confidence. Above 1772, I don't know, it gets kind of iffy, so I mean my confidence wouldn't be there to tell you to execute a trade there, but my confidence will be above 1776 to tell you to execute a trade over there. So you really have to pick and choose your battles at that time. I know we focus on one pair or two, which is very ideal and profitable. My question is for someone that trades other currencies or indices. Does principle for waiting for 30-minute 1 hour candle to close towards anticipated? I mean, I would still say, so the question is, so look at multiple currencies and indices. That's what I gather from this big question you asked. I would say just focus on one pair and currency. That's what I would say, just one. Before taking trade, applied also having in consideration support resistances. The last part of the question is not well structured. I don't understand. What do you think about Safe Moon hype? I have no idea what Safe Moon is. How do you draw support resistance on TradingView? That is automatic to the right hand side. Oh, it's pretty easy. You right click it, you hit settings, and it says extend right. And it goes all the way to the right hand side. How do you set alerts on the charts? I have no idea. I've never tried it. But let's try it over here. Yeah, add alert right there. Yeah, right there you add alert. You right click, you go to add alert. I've never done this. And just basically notify you an app, notify you an email. I mean, very straightforward. I mean, it looks pretty straightforward. I've never used it though. What are your rules to trade counter to the trend? Since you took a short on gold yesterday, that was counter trend, and if you short today, GJ as well counter trend. There are no rules. You just need to see if there's enough range, right? So yesterday we had pretty good range yesterday. Where was it? Yesterday, right over here. I think this was on the 5-minute time frame. We took a sell, and it was right over here. It wasn't counter trend. Price was going down. Look at this, right? Right here. Candle closed below support. Then if a candle closed below support, will the candle go up? Probably not. It closed below support. So it took a sell at that point because we had clean candles to the left hand side. So it's about reading, you know, price action and kind of like executing based on what you see. And for the most parts, it's worked out pretty good. If you were taking buys above 1776, do you think it's safe to ignore 15-minute resistance? Yes, I would say so. It depends on the situation and depends on with how much volume it breaks up. But I would say so that if it breaks above 1776, it should at least move up to like 1778, which is also like, you know, 20 pips away, 23 pips away. So we'll see. In regards to Dominion markets, I'm trying to fund my account but can't see bank wire deposits. Yes, because they're not available. Not available yet. There's no timeline either. Safe Moon is a new coin priced at this, has a lot of hype, lots of people buying it. Nice. See, my thing is I don't follow the hype at all. I don't follow hype at all. I focus on what I know, and that's all what I do. That's it. Why don't we have a pro account for demo? Oh, that's been created at this point. It's going to take some time here. All right. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is still in this area over here. Not really willing to take a trade of gold in this area here because, you know, we got a 30-minute resistance right over here, like a minor resistance, which will basically not let gold go up. So we'll have to be very, very careful about this. Let's take a look at Forex Factory here for a little bit. Oh wow, it's 7:15 already. Damn. Oh, I got people looking at the times now. It's not even 7. Bunch of guys were like, whoa, what? 7:15? All right, so we have nothing going on here. We had some pound news, which is whatever. Yeah, it should be a pretty clean day here today, filled with clean price action here. Let's see what happened overnight. Nothing happened overnight over here. Boris Johnson promises to end GBN. Yeah, this Brexit is going to stay here for a little while. Maybe for another 10-15 years. No decision is going to be made on Brexit. But I think all the Brexit news was stopped by the coronavirus. That took over the Brexit hype. Can you please take a look at my gold idea? Let's take a look here. So this is what we got. Oh, what do we have over here? Gold 15-minute chart. Oh, looking for sells at this point. I'm waiting for the price to create resistance and retest the low. Okay. I think this area here, what price is this? 1767 could be a pretty good first target. Yeah, let's explore this over here. So you're looking for sells. If price creates a resistance at this point and continues moving down, it's like a 30 pip range over here. I think it's pretty good. I think that's something we can take a look at if price, you know, starts creating resistance to continue down. Interesting. Interesting. My MT5 Pro account won't allow me to trade trading. Oh, send an email and it's going to get fixed. Probably you're running a payment account or something like that. Was Daniel Savage a student? Yes. Yes. Let's take a look over here. This is GJ 4-hour chart. No trade range buys if 4-hour candle closed weak bearish. Okay, next candle breaks the high of weak bearish. Okay, makes sense. I know what you're talking about. And then weak bullish momentum 30 pip range, sells if the 4-hour candle strong, close bearish, and we broke the break this low over here. Okay, yeah, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens on the smaller time frames here as well. Looks like slowly we are coming down to the support on pound yen. Canada introduced some new taxes. Yes, that's true. They've started taxing the people who own land and homes. Man, it's so dumb. Why? You know, I mean, they're taxing more digital services 3% and 1% on housing and other stuff. Wow, that's just crazy. See, I'm leaving Canada, so they're losing a taxpayer in a few months. I'm off Canada, man. I can't deal with their bullshit anymore. The entire country is on lockdown. USA is open. Pakistan is open. A third world country is open. A third world country has had more vaccines than Canada, a developed country. Just blows my mind. And now new taxes. That's like a broker saying, well, guys, now the commissions are going to go up. And you're like, what? You know, they say, well, guys, from today, the spreads are going to go up. Waiting for price to close below resistance here. I think you meant support. Clean traffic. Yeah, it looks good, man. Looks good for bearish. I think pound yen also is coming down over here too. Let's see how big this move was. 5 pips, 6 pips. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, if we do break below 150, 350, I think I'm going to be executing a sell over here for price to continue down. So we're going to see how well that goes on. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. GU, same idea for sells. Let's see how well these sells play out here now. Let's see. I like that about you. You don't overthink things. Canada bad, time to go. Yes, I don't overthink the stuff at all. I don't overthink price action. I don't overthink certain things. Canada bad, money comes online. All right, time to go. That's it. No problem. Looking at pound yen 5-minute chart here. Oh wow, okay. Entry as the 5-minute breaks the low. The only problem with this is that I was actually looking at this as well, and we have this support over here, and then we have another support down over here, which is why I'm not willing to take a sell at this point. You know, I'm willing to wait for price to break below 151.350. Which is right over here, 151.350. Break below this area, and then we can continue down. That's something I'm looking for. I believe gold is going in range between 1775 and 1760. Yes, that's true. Let's see here. Please do a breakdown of your GJ trade yesterday. Oh, okay. I'm probably going to do it. Yeah, it was pretty simple. It was right here. It was on a 15-minute time frame. It was right over here. Yeah, this one right here. This one right here. This candle broke the high. I took a buy and price went up, and then I closed the trade. Right here. This was before NYSE open. I missed the initial buys, and then I was like, well, you know what? I'm not going to miss them again. So I executed on them. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. 30-minute time frame, executed sells, TP secured 10 pips. Nice. It's pretty quick. Gold moves really, really quick. And looks like pound yen is coming down towards 151.350 at this point. Looking to see if we're going to execute a trade over here. Below 151.350. This is the start of the new 1-hour candle here as well. And we're going to see if we start rejecting this area, or do we start creating a support for price to continue moving up, because previously candle here rejected this area pre-London, so now we got to identify whether it's going to reject it here again in pre-New York or not. Where in the US you thinking about going? Oh, okay, talking to Tony over there. Yeah, I'm headed back to Pakistan, headed back home. Gonna live like a king over there. Been living like a slave in Canada, man. This is now the increasing taxes too. Damn, nuts. Do you think this is an easier sell for a beginner with the high probability? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this idea here. Oh, TradingView implemented something new at this point. I think they've been following our streams. Now we can't post screenshots like we used to. They changed their entire thing over here. 30-minute chart, sells below here, clear pip range. Yeah, I think below this area you have here would be much better too. Because here, then if you want to wait, then there's going to be a longer wait at that time. Looks like we're about to break this area over here, 151, 350. Kind of want a candle to close below to be able to take a sell. Yeah, if we can close below, then I'm going to take a sell. But if it continues moving down, then basically I'm going to miss this trade. So it is what it is. Okay, let's see here. Do buys on gold look good after breaking 1772 150? 1772 150. Yeah, I mean it looks good, but it's just because there's this rejection right here on the 30-minute time frame. So I'm waiting for buys above 1776 on gold instead of 1772. I think it's important for me to wait for price to kind of like break above that area and have a clean bias for price to continue up. I know some people are in buys here on gold for price to continue to 1774, but where my comfort level is, it's above 1776. So I'm going to wait for that. On pound yen, I'm waiting for a 15-minute candle to close below this area, or even a 30-minute candle, because you can see how we're rejecting this area over here. What's this here? What does the April 25th intake entails beside all the previous and future content? Will there be a live courses or something? Yeah, so on the 25th, we're going to have a webinar. It's going to be on impulse entries. I kind of like, you know, had some more intuition about impulse entries and found some more things. So I think it's going to be pretty good. We introduced impulse entries probably like 6-7 months ago when it was fairly new. And I guess we needed some time to kind of like, you know, grab some more like, you know, sampling of trades and scenarios of when they really work and when they really don't work. So we've been working with a lot of members in Market Fluidity and kind of like, you know, get that all set up. So that's going to be on Sunday. But it's only going to be for the Market Fluidity members there, not for the Gulag. Someone asked, so I answered, and there's the answer. Would you take impulse entry on the break of 30-minute low on GJ? Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Because just as we talked about, it's rejecting this area where it rejected before. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, if we get a close over here and the next candle starts breaking the high, then there's a probability we may continue moving up. And that could be a buy position at that point. So we have to wait. Do you know which time slot? It's going to be around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, what's this? US 30. US 30. Potential buys above 33974. Yep, looks good. I think TP is overextended over here. I think you may want to look for TP somewhere in this area, like partial TP, and that position is running up over there. But the idea looks good. How will Pakistan affect your trading hours? Nothing. It's going to be the same time. I think New York session for me would be in the evening time, like around 4 p.m. It's perfect. You know, sleep in, wake up 4 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m. till like 6 p.m. It's beautiful. Will you still go live there? Oh yeah, I'm moving there indefinitely. I've had enough with Canada and their bullshit, man. Lockdown for a full year? A full year lockdown. Businesses have, man, I know people who filed bankruptcy because they couldn't pay their rent for their business. You know, they've left with stock they can't sell now. It's just dumb. Why did you come to Canada in the first place? Came here for education and didn't really complete that. But like, you know, really made it good. I mean, Canada was good. I would say it was good before the lockdown. But now the way things moving here is just nuts. Crazy. you know, and it's just going to get worse. Isn't Australia open? I have no idea. Because in Canada they said it will take 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and the stupid curve is still not flat. They're deploying the military now. GA is also continuing up over here. The 30-minute is rejecting this area. Your JPY is also in this area. Gold is moving up over here. So, you know, whoever's in gold buys, it's amazing. I mean, at this point, if you put stops at break even, we may break 1776. And if we do break this area, this is where I'm going to be looking for buys for price to continue up. Can you please give me any advice for someone who can only learn to trade on the weekends? On the weekends, yes. So the number one thing is, so let's say, for example, right, you're on the weekend and you miss this move up over here. So then you have to look at that and you have to see that, okay, if you missed this move and now you're looking at this on the weekend, you have to map it out and say that, okay, where could you have entered a trade for price to move up, and really dumb it down to yourself, right? So maybe, like, you know, you were looking at this candle to move up and then this candle happened like this. So maybe you can say that, okay, if I would have entered when this candle broke the high of the previous candle, having my stops below the current candle, you could have had this move up, right? And this learning is going to be a very rigorous learning, because, you know, like, you'll be looking at one or two scenarios over and over again, and it's going to take a couple of months to, like, you know, kind of like really grasp those concepts. What's going to happen with your car? I'm in talks with someone to buy it, purchase it. Yeah, sell the car, rent the house, and leave. You should be grateful to Canada and Pakistan. You still be broke. Come on, man. Just, I can do whatever I want. Yeah, I'm still waiting here on gold at this point. Let's see here. Let's see here. Consolidation zone from the past right over here. Possible buys above 151.945. Pound yen. Whoa, 151.945. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking for buys over here too, above 151.900. The resistance above 151.900. Let's see. Living in a third world country with the Western salary, it's different. Yes. I think it's not about the work I've done in Canada. It's about the people I've met here, which allowed me to explore different business options and opportunities. That's all what it was. Let's see here. All right. Have you ever traded with trend lines or other strategies? Yes, and then it stopped. And now we only look at candles, and you can see how we're kind of like rejecting this area. We have like 15, 20 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close, and there's nothing happening at this point. Absolutely nothing. So I think it's going to be good to kind of like wait for this candle to close on the 30-minute time frame. Are you really going or just thinking? July, I'm off. I'm gone in July. July is the last month I'm here, and then I'm gone. Because after July, military gets deployed in Ontario, and I'm not sitting around waiting for that. Nope. But live streams are going to obviously continue on, you know, because live streams are a part of my life over here now. Will you still be accessible? Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm gonna have the same setup there. Nothing's gonna change. Everything will remain exactly the same. My whole plan is to open up like a trading floor there, and to facilitate the locals there, and to, like, you know, try to help them to trade. And everything we do online is gonna stay exactly the same. Nothing's gonna change. You know, it's not like I'm gonna vanish, guys. Trust me. I mean, it's a different country. I'm not going to hell, you know. It's not happening that way. Can you check this chart over here? All right, let's check this chart by Gator. By Gator from the Gulag. Let's take a look over here. All right. Oh, nice. Very nice. Price moved up over here. Beautiful. Beautiful. I saw this thing move up in the morning too when I was waking up to eat at this point. Okay. Is there any way to open a bank account in Canada if we are living in India without living in Canada? No, you can't. Trust me, all Indians think the same way. You can't, you gotta escape Modi to do that. I mean, if you don't do that, then it's very difficult. The strategy that you are teaching us is the main advantage, a high win rate, because the RR is 1-to-1. Yes. And that's the whole point, right? Like some people say, hey, like, you know what, your risk reward is 1-to-1. So you got to have a high win rate to do that. And it's very difficult to get a high win rate. It's not like that, right? Trying to get a high win rate, it requires a lot of time, you know, and this is why we focus on just 1 or 2 trades a day, because if you can focus on just 1 trade a day, let's say, right, for example, 1 trade a day, and if you're losing that trade, then you're giving yourself an opportunity to learn that why you're losing that trade, because as we say, the same patterns, the same opportunities, they come in the markets over and over and over again. So if you're losing a certain scenario, that scenario is going to happen again, maybe like, you know, a week from now. So when you anticipate that, then you'll be taking less losses based on that, you know. So that's why I focus on 1-to-1 risk reward, just 1 or 2 trades a day. And that's it. That's all what I've done since I started, and it's worked amazingly. There are a lot of people who message me on Instagram saying that, like, you know, they've also adopted the same setup, and it's also working very, very well. Because I mean, if you don't take 1 or 2 trades a day, if you focus on 4 trades a day, 5 trades a day, man, you're gonna get blown out of the water really, really quick. You know, really, really quick. So you really got to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. It's good for your sanity, man. Trust me. Like when you're trading and you get anxiety, you get stress, it's because you're taking trades on trades on trades and over risking and over analyzing, over trading. It's just bad. Overall, it's not good at all. There's no currency trading when the banks develop their own central bank digital currencies. Yes. All right. Hello there. Hi, welcome, Salam. How are you?
So I'm fine, thank you. Sir, I would like to ask you that when you will come to Pakistan, then you will trade London, pre-London and London session too, or you will just focus on NY session?
Just focus on New York session.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. When Magic Keys will be shipped? Probably by the end of this week or early next week. We posted a lot of announcements on my story, on Magic Keys stories, so go look at those, you know, so you'll get some updates there. Can anyone tell me what is going on about Raja leaving Canada? It's going to become a big conspiracy now. All right, what's this over here? Oh, I remember this chart over here. Entered at this point, 10 pips smashed. So idea was good but risky. Yes, it was good but risky. I agree with this. It was good but risky. That's why I kind of like, you know, stayed away from there. But look at this rejection here. Pretty clean. You guys think those currencies will stay? I think all currencies are going to stay. I think it's going to take a long time to introduce digital currencies, because look at it this way. How much cash do people have, you know, and then look at how much illegal cash people have. You know, if they announce that, hey guys, listen, by next week all your money should be in the bank, because after that we're going to be introducing digital currencies, man, the run to this black money cash is going to be wild. So I don't think it's going to be all of a sudden. This is going to take, like, you know, 6-7 years, maybe 10 years to implement that, because you'll have to implement each and every country moving to digital, you know, and that's going to be huge. That's not going to be an easy thing to do, because all the politicians, they have so much illegal cash, you know, bribe money. under the table money. There's so much we don't know yet. So yeah, the amount of money circulating which is undocumented is insane. Looks like GA is continuing over here. What's this here? What kind of house are you going to be looking for? Oh, pretty nice ones. Let me show you an example over here. Let me show you an example over here. Check this out right here. This is for around 490,000 Canadian. 490,000 Canadian. Like, can you imagine? I paid 800,000 for my house here. Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's crazy, like the things you can get there. Like, look at this, man. Insane. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be looking at. But like, let's see what happens, you know. Plans are plans, but at the end of the day, life will always have its own plan for you. That's what I believe. Probably Trump is going to move in with me, so let's see how that happens. Trump is coming back. I'm from India. I try to buy magic keys many times, and every time the process is failing. Can I buy a magic key from India? Yes, I think if you email support, they'll probably figure something out. But I mean, you should be able to buy it, no problem. There shouldn't be any issues. We get a lot of orders from India. What's your plan for GJ? For GJ, I'm looking for sells below, let's see here, potential sells below 151, 350. That's what I'm looking at, sells below this area. Or if we create a support over here, then I think we can continue moving up. So that's what I'm waiting for here today. We still got some time left over here for this 30-minute candle to close, probably like 10 minutes left. Why is it that sometimes you wait for candle to break the high or the low of previous candle, and sometimes you just take the trade when the candle breaks the support or resistance? That's something we're going to talk about on the 25th when it comes to impulse entries. But if we're looking at this point right over here, and if, let's say, if you look on the 30-minute time frame, let's say if the next candle starts breaking the low, that would not be a good entry because, you know, we got this support over here, right? So it's going to be better to wait for the candle to close below support for price to go down. But if we're looking for, let's say, a retest of 151,700, and if the next candle breaks this high over here, then it's going to be an okay impulse entry to take for price to continue up to retest the high. You know, so when you're looking for continuations of like retests of the highs or the lows, I think impulse entries work really, really well in that case. But if you're looking at, you know, price breaking strong zones, impulse entries don't really work in that case. So you have to wait for the candle to actually break and close below a strong zone, or to break and close above a strong zone if you're looking for buys. What if the current 15-minute candle breaks the high of the previous? I don't know. It's just very messy over here. It's extremely messy, so I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. We've still got some 8 minutes left at this point. Looks like gold is also approaching 70.76. And we're going to see if we can continue moving up from this point or not. I think this 30-minute was a pretty nice move over here for price to move. 34 pips here. Looking on the 15-minute time frame here as well, moved pretty nice, clean range here to the left-hand side. How much is your biggest percentage risk you ever taken? My biggest this year was like 5%. Took a 5% trade. Do you think GU might be doing a fake out to retest the previous high? Let's see here. Looks like your JPY is starting to move up here as well. Looks like GU GU is messy. It's super messy. I don't like GU at all. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on with GU over here. It's super messy. Super messy here. May want to wait for price to break above this resistance to have some normalcy for price to move up, but at this stage it's just super messy. Maybe above this area you could see some clean candles, but still, yeah, you know, it's still pretty messy here. Let's see how big this range is. It's like a 11 pip range, not enough range. Very dirty. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, gold is slowly approaching 1776. Would be a pretty nice move above this area. Patiently waiting for this today. Been trading a lot of gold here lately and been pretty profitable with gold. And I can see a loss coming pretty soon. Because, you know, I think I've won a lot of trades on gold, and after that a loss comes in. So I'm being very cautious about that. I can see it in the horizon. I was a lost soul in the gulag and Raja saved me. Forex will still be around after digital currencies, yes. But it's going to take a lot of years, you know. And the way how I see it, I think this way of making money in Forex is going to disappear one day. One day it's just going to go away, or it's going to become really hard. Because if you look at what's happening now, you look at all the, like, you know, major jurisdictions where you can trade Forex, like, you know, Europe, Australia, North America, the leverage is super low now. You know, 30 to 1 leverage, 10 to 1 leverage, they're making it really hard for you to take trades, right? And that's why we have crypto brokerages opening up, which have 500 to 1 leverage. So I think the more we can milk this industry with discipline and risk management, the better off we're going to be. Because at one point, I think the crypto brokerage industry is going to get regulated as well. You know, this goes with like the platform we launched, Dominion Markets, Traders Domain, KOTFX, like, you know, all these other crypto ones. I think a time will come where they will all get regulated in one way or another. So, like how I see it, just try to milk it as much as you can and try to get disciplined as fast as you can too. Will you look for close of 15-minute or 30-minute on the zone? It depends, right? We got the 30-minute closing in about 5 minutes, so we're going to see if it closes above 1776 or not. So we got 4 minutes left over here. So till 4 minutes happen, oh wow, GJ is also moving up over here. GU is moving bullish. Euro JPY is retracing here. Nothing really happening on Euro JPY. Let's say keep all the emotions out of the way. Is it okay to risk 5 to 10% per trade? No, I don't think so. For me, no. I'm going to say for me, no. I saw your Instagram story. You made more than 50% this month. Yes, thank you. Really focused on trades. Really focused on, like, you know, confident trades. And I was lucky that my trades ran longer than I expected, especially on gold. Let's take a look over here. This is a potential buy entry is 1776, but in 15-minute candle, minor resistance. 17, is it considerable? Yes. But I think at the same time, if you take a buy above 1776, we can continue till 1777, 1778. So that's still going to be a pretty good move. The weight is important. Do you have always the same deposit amount? No, sometimes, you know, 10,000, 15,000, but when we started the platform, I went with a 50,000 deposit just to see if it's gonna go through. I was actually pretty scared that, okay, if I send it through, what if it just gets lost? But it came on. I'm like, all right, perfect. And then you'll see a $500 withdrawal there. That's just to see if the withdrawals work. So this was in the early stages of us setting up the whole system. And the withdrawals worked, deposit worked, executions worked. All right, perfect. Time to go live. I have a question about risk management. Do you cut half on 5 pips drawdown, and or you wait for the candle to close bullish if you were short and bearish if you're long? If I'm on, if let's say if I'm on buys, you know, I'm not going to close 50% when I'm in a 5% drawdown. I'm going to close 50%, like let's say I take a buy right over here and my stop loss is down over here. If the next candle breaks the low of the previous candle, that's where I'm going to close 50%. You know, so it depends on how, you know, price is moving based on candles, how they're breaking the, like, you know, highs or lows of previous candles. And that's how I'm going to try to take those trades. Can you briefly walk us through the leaderboard investment thing on Dominion Markets? That's being implemented this week. It's probably going to be ready by next week. So all what it is that you'll be able to create accounts, master accounts, and your progress is going to be available to everybody on Dominion Markets. You know, and if they see that your progress is good, they'll be able to put money behind you, so that when you trade, your trades will be copied on their accounts, and then you'll be able to collect a certain percentage from their gains. So that's all what it is. And those gains are going to go in your payment account. Like eToro, yes, like eToro. Yeah. So that's all what it is. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. Will you be on the leaderboard? I don't know. I'll see when it gets set up. Then I'm probably gonna put like a small account there. But that's going to be a way to, like, you know, run contests and stuff like that. You know, contests to give out like accounts or magic keys or, like, you know, mentorships, stuff like that. So it's still going to be, I think there's going to be a week, and then we're going to see what happens. All right, we got a few seconds left over here. Pound yen is about to close. Dominion markets only accept Bitcoin from Canada. If your country is not listed, you can. Oh yeah, Visa and credit card is going to be implemented sometime next week. It's going to take some time. All right, so 30-minute candle closed bullish. We have a support form right over here. Let's take a look at this opportunity right here. So we got a support form right here. I'm looking to see if we break above the high. Do we have enough range for price to move up? 15, 16 pips over here. Yeah, I may want to see this candle kind of like wick down before and then go up. Because if it starts to break the high in the first few minutes, I don't think that's going to be a good idea to take a buy. Also exploring options of buys on gold here as well. GA is also consolidating now in the smaller time frames. IC Markets isn't affected by ESMA. No, IC Markets opened up offshore offices. IC Markets and other brokerages, they opened offshore offices. That's how they're able to now give you 500-to-1 leverage, just like other crypto brokerages. Are your live streams going to be in English, or will it change once you move to Pakistan? Oh no, they'll still be in English. I have a huge English following, so I think it's going to stay in English here. All right, let's see here. Why do you want to wick down first in GJ? Because if price goes up first, I mean, a wick down would mean that it's grabbing liquidity, and it's better for price to grab liquidity first before moving up. So if it comes down, creates a wick at the bottom, and then breaks the high, then I can take a trade right over here, having the stop below the wick, and then anticipate it to continue moving bullish. But if it breaks the high first, then it might come down to make a wick at the bottom. So that's why I'm kind of like, you know, relaxing here for a little bit. Let's take a look at this chart. GJ 15-minute chart. Taking a buy, secured 90% at 10 pips. A runner closed right here. Oh, nice. Very nice, very nice. Hey, Raja, please give me your number. Oh, that's not the right way to ask for someone's number. There's a process. There's the pickup line, you know, you go through those things. What's the title of the song you play in the stream? No, when no one is talking or there's not much talk. Where can I download it? It's from the YouTube audio library. All right. Just waiting over here now. Nothing happening. Nothing. Looking for sells below 151,350, buys above 151,900. Till then, not interested in anything at all. I think if gold comes down to create a support, I may take a buy for price to go up. Other than that, it's just whatever at this point. Is that a bullish candle, or are you just happy to see me? Oh. Chris doesn't like anything. Nah. Alright, that was a good one. How can I buy FTMO from South Africa? There's an international limit of 5. I don't know, man. Do I run FTMO? Go contact FTMO about that. If they blow Wall Street, what would happen to the markets? Let's not think about some things that can't happen. Well, you know, that are pretty far-fetched. Those are pretty far-fetched ideas. Probably the CIA is reading that too, buddy, so you may as well not say that again. You imagine SWAT team comes to your door. What did you say on the live stream there? What did you say? Can you partial close mini lots? I tried a few times, but it doesn't work. Mini lots, I don't know. You got to be specific about it. Closing partials on a 1 cent lot, probably not going to work because that's the smallest lot there available. Don't you think about moving to US? No. You guys got Biden over there. Man, I remember when Trump got elected, the markets were so much volatile. There was so much volatility in the markets when Trump was here. You know, he would wake up, he would read the news, he would read Twitter, and he would tweet. His tweets would move the market. It was so amazing. Now we got Biden here who wakes up at 12 at noon, and then he gets ready for his meetings at 2 or 3 p.m. I mean, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. Sleepy Joe. At what age do you come to Canada? I think I was 25. I'm 34 now. How would you go about entering gold? Impulse. We'll see. I mean, looking at what's happening now, I mean, I'm kind of looking for buys above 1776, but if you don't come above there, then there's probably not going to happen at that point. Or maybe if we come down to create a support, I may take a buy at that point too. But we'll have to wait over here now. It's going to be a bit of a wait. Can you show how to deposit money on trading domain? I don't know how to do it. Crypto. I think you'll have to buy crypto first. There's a website, kraken.com. There's Coinbase. There's ShakePay. So go to Kraken and you basically, you know, deposit money in Kraken and then you buy crypto from here. And from here you can send it to your wallet. Oh wow, they got so many cryptos over there. Keep network. They're all down. Look at this. Oh, this one is up 5%. Monero. Do you trade fake outs? Yes. If fake outs do happen, I trade them. But if they don't happen, then they don't happen. You know anywhere to buy crypto anonymously? Probably from your, I don't know, off-the-mill dealer, paying him cash. You'll have to find a person like that. At what age did you start trading, and are you directly on profit? No, I started trading when I was 28, 29. Yeah, when I was 28, 29, I started trading. I wasn't profitable at all. Lost around 80,000 in the first 7 months, and then slowly started coming back up. Yeah, it was a long process. What leverage do you recommend for someone going live for the first time? I think 100 to 1 leverage is pretty good. You know, I mean, here's the thing: the bigger the leverage, the more easier it is for you to over risk at any given time. You know, so if you have a, let's say, $1,000 account and you're trying to trade on $1,000 account at any given time, you can risk maybe $500, you know, $400. But if you have a smaller leverage, let's say 100 to 1 leverage, then maybe you can't risk 400. Maybe the most you can risk is like, let's say, $200, right? So like a lower leverage is going to make sure that you don't risk a lot at any given time. But that also means that you wouldn't be able to use bigger lot sizes as well, which means less risk. How did you lose that amount? Was it over risking? Yes, over risking, over trading, trying different strategies, jumping from different methods to methods. You know, I mean, very basic stuff where you lose money. Over trading and over risking. That's about it. You know, you learn one method and after a week you jump on something else and then you jump on something else. At some point later, will there be having a facility for market facility members by depositing to crypto and withdrawals in bank accounts? No. Your deposit and withdrawals, they always go in the same way they go out. What account size did you start with when you lost 80K? I think I started with 5,000 again. How long did it take to break even? I started with 5,000 and I didn't really focus on getting to break even at all. I didn't focus on making those losses back because just like in life, right? In life, when something bad happens to you, you got to move on from that, right? You can't hold a grudge against that. You got to move on for that because every day is a new day. Every opportunity is a new opportunity. Same thing I learned with trading, you know, because in the past, when I was having losses, I wanted to chase those losses. And when you chase losses, you're pressuring yourself to take trades. You're pressuring yourself to succeed when you're chasing losses, you know? So once those losses happen, they happen. I was like, okay, you know what? Even though there are big losses, it is what it is. I got to focus on how can I take a winning trade every day? Just 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. Didn't focus on that I have to make the loss back. Of course, it was a big loss, but you have to really move on from that. You know, and life is just the same like that. You know, someone wrongs you, you move on. If you keep holding on to that, you're holding on to that negative, bad energy. You know, and I'm a big believer in those energies. So when you have big losses, just let it go. You can't get it back. You can't call someone to complain. Nothing. It's just gone. In the market, it's just like gone. You know, 8,000 or 800. Put 2 more zeros next to 800. But like, you know, it took time, but I think the most it took time was to really understand that it all comes down to just focusing on 1 or 2 opportunities. That's it. 1 or 2 opportunities. Is laptop important for trading, or I can just keep trading on mobile? That was my main mistake too. Trading on mobile all the time. That was one of the main mistakes. So, you know, laptop is good, computer is good. Man, be professional. I have 2 screens right now, 2 4K screens. I have my laptop on the side. I don't trade on mobile at all. You know, sometimes I may execute on mobile and manage it on the PC, but for the most part, it's all on computer. What's the minimum deposit limit on Dominion Markets? I think it's $50, $40, $30. I think with crypto, you can deposit whatever you want, but it has to be above $5. That's the whole beauty of crypto. Oh, your JPY is really moving up over here to retest the highs at 137.70. So far, I haven't really taken a trade yet, just waiting at this point. Let's take a look at this chart by Paul J. Mr. Paul J. Pound Yen 30-minute chart. What's this over here? Did you put resistance zone at 151.700 right here? Yeah, right here. Does my resistance are invalid? That's okay, but like, you know, as price is moving up, Yeah, I think this is your minor zone here on the 15-minute time frame. But I'm not really looking at this because I'm not really looking to take a trade in this. If I was looking to take a trade within this range, then I would have been looking at this minor resistance here. But as I'm not looking for a trade over here, this really doesn't really, talk to me at all. So that's why I'm only looking for buys above 151,900 here. But yeah, that does make sense. That's like a minor zone there on the 15-minute time frame. What is your phone? Is a Google Pixel. Well, that means you don't have a, I don't know. Google Pixel is still pretty good. With 1 or 2 trades per day, can I ask how many lots do you trade? It depends on how much money you have in your account. But it takes time. Like a lot of people, they tell me, hey man, like, if I take 1 or 2 trades a day, 10 pips a day, I have $1,000 account. It's going to take a long time for me to make a lot of money. Of course, it's going to take a long time. This is not easy. I mean, it's not going to take you a week when you're going to make money. It's going to take you a long time. 7 months, 8 months, give it a full fucking year. Like it's not going to happen just like that. It does take time. It takes time to get confident in the markets. It takes time to get confident in the same setups you see every day. It takes time to get enough confidence to increase your lot sizes. For me, I remember I moved from 5 lots to 7 lots and 10 lots. It took me 5 months. 4 or 5 months to get that enough confidence to increase my lot sizes from 5 to 10 lots. Same thing happened when I moved my lot sizes from 50 cents to 1 lot. Like I never came, or I wasn't born with 10 lots or 5 lots. No, man. You look at my history on Instagram, I started with 10-cent lots. 10-cent lots, 10 pips, that's it. Right? And it just took time. That's all what it was. It just took time. Right? Like you take 10 pips a day, it's like on a 10-cent lots, that's $10, $15. $10, $15 over a 6-month time, that can turn into $150, right? So you graduated from $10 to $150 in 6-7 months. In another 6-7 months with discipline though, that $150 can grow to $300. So then you can say, oh man, you know what? In a year and a half, now I'm making $300 a day from trading. How amazing is that? $300 a day from trading with just 1 trade a day. People don't even make that much working a full job for 8 hours. But people don't want to give it time. You want to get there the next day? I'm going to tell you this right now. It's never going to happen. I mean, it may happen for a small percentage, but it's very likely it's not going to happen. What is the expected time to gain consistency once a student gets real serious? 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. I would say like 6 months. 6 months to 1 year is pretty good. Provided that the student is not getting emotional about their losses or wins and stuff like that. Because everything in markets do everything based on logic. Everything is done logically. Sometimes we don't see the logic as price is moving, but that's the beauty about hindsight. When prices moved, you come back to the charts, you see things the way they moved, and then you can say, oh, this made sense, this made sense. And we got to study it too. If the left hand on GJ clear, then you might take a trade. I don't know what that means. Left hand on GJ. Okay, is there a list of pairs and sessions they do best in? What pairs are nice for London session and for New York session? So I'm going to answer this question over here. So you go to this website here, dominionmarkets.com. We wrote an article over here. Best times to trade and best pairs to trade. So I'm going to paste this one link in the gulag here for you guys, so you can read on this. Now that you own a broker, I don't own it. I'm a partial partner in it. Are you going to go scarce like Uncle Ted? Looks like a pattern already. I don't know, man. Like things change in life, but like for now, I really enjoy doing live streams. If I'm winning 80%, should I decrease my lot size, which I use 50 cent lot in 2K account? My risk is max 50 USD. Yeah, that's all up to you. I mean, risk is very, very personal. If I'm winning 80% of the time, then I'm looking to increase my lot sizes. We got NY Open coming in about 13 minutes, 12 minutes. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Do we break support, or do we consolidate, or do we continue moving bullish? We shall see what happens with NY Open. All right, Mr. Tomer Halberto, GJ idea. Let's take a look at this over here. GJ idea, support now acting at resistance. Oh, GA idea, okay. Closing engulfing, can we test low? Yeah, I mean, if we can break below this area, we can continue moving down. But then you'll have this area as some sort of a rejection over here as well. Are you a football fan? What do you think about the Super League? I have no idea. I don't watch football. I've never been interested in football. But I think what they're doing is pretty good, because people want to watch sports, and people who play sports, they just want to play. You know, they're like, hey, come on, man. Like, we just want to play. You know, so I think what they're doing there is pretty good. I mean, I would have done the same. I mean, if I'm a sportsman, if I'm a trader and I want to trade, I want to trade. You know, if people want to play sports, they want to play sports. Because it doesn't make sense. You have the NBA open. You have the NBA is open where people are breathing on each other. They're handling the same ball, but then they can't shake hands after the game because, oh, there's a virus. I mean, what logic is that? Gold is slowly coming up towards 1776 here. I'm keeping an eye on this. We got price coming close to 1776. We got NY Open coming in about 10 minutes. Does your mentor teach you all of the information, or do you figure it out yourself? Mostly I figured out a lot of information by reading and analyzing and watching things, and yeah, that's how. Do you know why Uncle Ted doesn't show up in the live streams anymore? Because he's in the East Coast. No, West Coast. So it's pretty early over there. Are you planning for impulse gold or waiting for the 5-minute to close? Yeah, it's going to be a very delicate situation over here. Gonna have to wait for this candle to close first. We got 9 minutes left for the candle to close. So really waiting here for 9 minutes. See what happens. What's the most valuable lesson you learned from Uncle Ted? The most valuable lesson I learned from him was to just focus on one time to trade a day. That's it. That's the most valuable lesson I ever learned. One time to trade a day. Because he used to trade the New York session, and he only used to trade gold, and he would smash gold. And I would always think, man, how is he doing this? You know? And then I saw, well, he's just trading one session and one pair, and that's it. You know, and it just took time after that. Still waiting over here now. Oh. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I thought it was on my computer. What's going on?
Yeah, I saw you looking left and right. He's like, what? How would you enter gold? We'll enter gold, we'll open the door, and then we're going to enter it. But I will have to wait for it to break above 1776. Yeah. Let's see here. When I'm in profit, then I close early, and in loss, I don't close on time and it wipe all my profit. How to avoid this? Well, when you're in profit and you want to close early, if you just do this, this will really help you, right? Just write it down or record it or whatever. When you're in profits and you're getting scared and you want to close the position, close 90% and put stops at break even. That's it. Or close 90% and leave your stops wherever they are and let it run. And then you're going to find out that most of the time your position is always heading to your take profit, because it's a confidence issue at this point, right? And when your price is coming down to your stop loss, right, then try to see that how can you reduce that risk. If you do these two things, overall your confidence is going to increase. It's a very, very simple way to do it, because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a confidence issue here. And I had the same issues too in the beginning. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh. Ooh, gold, 30-minute chart. Buys about 70.76. Looks good. Iron Man range. Okay, very tough range. Yeah, we're waiting for this too. There's a rat over here. Now the rat is going to go to Iron Man and say, oh, Raja talked about you. No, we didn't. I just read something off of the chart. It says right here, Iron Man range. What can I do? If people send me charts like that, there's nothing I can do about it. How do you close 90% position if you are already in the trade? Well, for one, what you can do is you can get magic keys, which is taking some time to get delivered, but we'll get there in about a week and a half. Right here, magic keys. Or you can Google how to close partial positions on MetaTrader. And trust me, Google will give you the answer. Trust me on that. Some people don't trust me as much. How to close partials on MT4. Look at that. Shows you exactly how to close partials on MT4. Damn, they also got a video over there on MT4 too. 3 videos. Can you have a look at my chart? Okay, let's take a look there. Oh, looks like TradingView is changing their whole thing over here. We got about 5 minutes left. Enter a short at the break of the low. Yes, looks good. You got a whole range here for price to continue down. Pound yen. Oh wow, look at that rejection over there. It was about to break. Today seems like a character building day here for pound yen. I don't trade GA, but if I did trade GA, I would have been in the sell over here, but I don't trade GA. But like a 15 pip move at this point. Let's take a look at this chart. This is GA 30-minute chart. Price made a high. It's coming down to possibly create a support to retest this high. I like this idea. Could you tell or give a link to how to start learning Forex trading? Just starting, I'm really dazed and confused. Where should I start with? I think the #1 resource on the internet to start to learn trading is babypips.com. The #1 resource. I started from here. I know a lot of people who are successful that started from here. Babypips.com. The best resource right here. Start from here. And then someone said, I'm Academy. Oh, no, no, no. He's joking. He's joking. Don't take this seriously. But yeah, babypips.com. And then there are a lot of videos on YouTube. There's a very underrated channel. And I'm going to tell you guys about that channel. I binge watched all their videos. They're extremely underrated, and I don't know why they're underrated. Akil, I think it was Akil Stokes. Yeah, Akil Stokes. These guys here. I watched almost all of their videos 4 years ago when I started. Yeah, they have a lot of videos, man. A lot of videos. They don't get the views they should get, but man, amazing content they have here. Not over here, but like if you go to their older videos, yeah, they're all pretty good. They used to use harmonic patterns, but then they slowly move towards price action, candlesticks, you know, really amazing content they have. Yeah, this one right here from this point 5 years ago, amazing content. Hope you don't mind to watch over my risky sell on gold we took. All right, let's take a look over here. We got 1 minute left, and let's see if we can squeeze in this chart in this 1 minute. Depends on how quick I am with this. Put an X over here, put the code right here. All right, nice. We did an upper wick to continue down. Beautiful. Amazing. 10 pips, 15 pips. I think what I've seen is price will always give you an opportunity to secure 10 pips, 10, 15 pips all the time. I've seen that so many times. You know, call it coincidence, call it whatever, but I've seen it like a lot of times. When will be second intake for market fluidity? Probably in, it's what, April? May, June, July, August, September, October. September or October. Which broker I use? This is the link right over here. This is the broker we use. I use dominionmarkets.com. The trades you take outside the streams, you call it on market fluidity group? No, I don't. People think that market fluidity group is like a signal group. It's not a signal group at all. Trust me, it's not a signal group at all. There are no signals sent over there.
We know how to fish over here.
Yeah, exactly. You know how to fish for ourselves. All right, NY Open is here. Pound yen is ranging. I mean, just garbage over here. Look at this range over here in pound yen. Gold is also kind of like, see, the way I'm looking at gold, is it really going to break this area and continue down? But then you got this minor support over here at 1772, 15-minute time frame. If we do make a top wick and then we break the low, can we continue down to 1770? Yeah, I think that's going to be better if we break the low to continue down to 1770. Let's take a look on the 1 hour here. 1 hour is bullish though, but the 30 minutes bearish. 15 minutes also bearish. We'll see what happens. 1771. How much money do you need in your gold to trade safely? Depends on how big is your risk. You know, how good is your risk too. Today is going to be I think it's going to be a character building day here today. I mean, I didn't see anything I would have taken. Nothing. Since gold is making a top wick over here, and if it breaks the low, I'm looking at opportunities for price to continue down, but at the same time looking at sells on pound yen here as well. Once we break below 151, you know, 350, 340. What was your first deposit? $200. I lost it in 2 weeks. I was pretty sad about it. All right, Chinese indicator is saying pound is weak, yen is weak, which means ranging. Not looking good here at all. GU is also weak. Let's take a look at GU over here.
The markets are on 420 mode.
Yeah. Marcus Auto 420 mode. Yeah, it's just chilling. Just literally chilling. This is how my hands are right now. Yes, my hands are like this. Just nothing. Nothing happening.
I'm still trying to learn that technique as you, Raja.
Oh.
The sit on your hands or fold them up, you know?
Yeah, you got to move your hand in a 46-degree angle and then fold the fingers in 26 degrees adjacent to the other ones.
Ah, that's what I'm missing. Okay.
Takes practice.
Okay, I'm gonna practice that in a minute.
Oh wow, nice.
You gotta
Gold.
make a YouTube on that.
Yeah. Gold is actually more. Yeah, it should continue down over here. 70, 70, 1771. Oof. Nice move there on gold. Are you in the gold cell? No, I'm not in that gold cell. I'm not in that gold cell. I'm just spectating over here. I told you guys, my hands are like this. Not executing. I'm waiting for pound yen over here to move. How do you stop taking those stupid trades, impulse trading? It just intuition, you know, because on this you have the 1 hour candle closing bullish over here, and I mean the 4 hours bullish, 30 minutes bearish, we're moving bearish, so it's just like I don't know what's going on, you know. There's a lot of uncertainty over here, so that's why I'm kind of staying away from gold. Can I get Dominion markets in? Oh, if your country is not listed, you can sign up under crypto. You can choose the crypto option in the drop-down list. So yeah, all my efforts today are going to go into hunting pound yen. If it doesn't move within this hour, I think it's going to move around NYSE open. Oh wow, look at that. Gold is really moving over here. What's the spread on gold? 2.5 pips. All right, what's this over here? Euro JPY. Break and retest, close when it break the previous low, -6 pips. See, the problem here was that this candle closed with no wick on the top, right? So when a candle closes with no wick on the top, you got to wait for the next candle to form, and the next candle formed bearish, so there was no bias at that point. But you manage risk, so that's still pretty good. What do you guys think about A.L. Brooks' course? I have no idea who that is. A.L. Brooks. Sounds like a boxer. If you would have taken this trade on gold, where would your stop loss has been? My stop would have been above this current candle. So, you know, entry would have been obviously like, you know, at the break of the low, and the stops would have been above this candle here, around 10, 11 pip stops, for price to potentially come down to 1771. It really is moving pretty nice over here, not gonna lie. GU is also pushing down a little bit. GJ is also coming down. GJ, if it comes down below 151, 350, I'm executing on it for price to continue bearish. My 30-minute candle closed different than yours. Why is that? I have no idea. Probably different liquidity providers. That's why. You know, because every feed you see, every feed is a feed from a different liquidity provider. You know, and they all move a little bit differently. Their wicks are different. Their spreads are different. So that affects price. Oh, wow. Look at that. What a move on gold over here. It's like a 13, 14 pip move here.
What's that? What's that?
Executed a sell on gold, got 12 pips. Oh, well done. Very nice. All right, this is your JPY 15-minute chart. Oh, you executed from the at the bottom here. We have a bunch of guys in the gold sells here as well in the gulag here today. Got a lot of cowboys here coming up. Good job. I'm waiting for this price to break on pound yen. I think stop is going to be within this range around 151, 450, and anticipating price to continue down to 151, 150, 100. Why the bottom wick and the top wick is important? Form, firstly, please explain. It's difficult to understand. Well, the whole reason why, because if the candle breaks the low without making a top wick, that means it hasn't grabbed the liquidity, right? So that's why it's important for candle to make a top wick, grab liquidity, and then continue down. So that's why it's done. If people have really gotten sells on gold and secured profits, I would say just be thankful that the opportunity came and you executed on it, you secured profits, and just call it a day at that point. You know, because the whole day there was like nothing. I think on pound AUD there was a little bit, but gold presented that opportunity for you guys and you guys took it. That's perfect. So I'm just waiting for a pound yen over here to formulate something. 15-minute candle is also about to close over here. What's this? But wouldn't it mean it has no volume to go up if the candle doesn't grab liquidity? No, because I mean, if you look at the way candles form, candles have top wicks and bottom wicks. So as you progress in the market, as you see different price action, you'll start to understand why it's important for a candle to make a top wick first before breaking the lower wick. So, like, you know, with experience, you're going to start to see that more often. We got pound Swiss over here as well trying to break down. Yeah, we'll see if we start coming down as well. I think all the pound pairs are starting to continue down.
Raja Banks, the only bank that gives free money.
with no interest. Took your advice and started watching Capital Hungry. Jeeves is like Vegeta. Caught this big GJ move pre-London and dropped major gems during his stream. Oh yeah. Jeevan is extremely knowledgeable person.
Yeah, he had a nice stream last night. Well, a couple hours ago, you know?
Yeah, the London session.
Yes, sir.
What's your current spread with GJ on pro account? It's 1 pip, 1.1. Yeah, around there. What is GU? GU is around 4 points, 7 points, 6 points. All right, slowly we're coming down over here to the support. We got to break below this area for price to continue down. Someone just asked, how is he drawing a support resistance? It's not something we can all do easily. It's not methodological. No, support resistances are very subjective. Oh wow, look at that. We broke below 1771 on gold. Damn, Daniel. Whoever Daniels were in this trade on gold. Very nice. You got a very nice move here on gold. The meltdown came really, really strong. Jesus, still going over here.
It is really nice because it's rejecting a 4-hour resistance, you know. So if we visit the support again, it's going to be a nice drop toward the next key level. I'll say, you know, at 100 pips below that support.
Kerwin from his spaceship over there.
God, trader in the house.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice move over here. If this 30-minute candle closes bearish, pound yen, something like this, I'm 100% executing on the next 30-minute candle to continue down. 100%. He is, but he don't know how to speak with people. That's why his views is really low with respect to his knowledge. Oh. What's your biggest loss in a trade? Around like 5 figures. But you got to move past that. GJ is a long, bruh. Well, I don't see any longs coming up. I see all candles going down. You know, I mean, I don't know. If you look on the 4 hours bearish, 1 hour is bearish, 30 minutes bearish, 15 minutes bearish, daily is rejecting. So where are the longs coming in? So you're waiting for the 30-minute candle to close? Yes, I'm waiting for the 30-minute candle to close. The 15-minute candle is also closing over here. So if this closes, I'm really thinking about, should I execute early before waiting for the 30-minute to close? But that's gonna, I think I'm gonna enter with a dynamic risk over here when the 15-minute candle closes. Dynamic risk means with a smaller lot size and then adding positions as, like, you know, the opportunity presents itself much more solid based on a 30-minute time frame. But we still got 5 minutes left here. Oh no, actually a few seconds left here. We'll have to ignore this minor support here as well on the left hand side.
Just erase it, bro, and it'll move.
Yeah, just put like a black box over it.
Put a X to mark the target price, you know?
Yeah. How do you build discipline? I always try to get big scalps, but it goes against me, and the more I lose, the more I want to trade to recover. Yeah, that's bad discipline. It's not like you get discipline from the supermarket or from a wholesale. I mean, no, it just, you got to focus on 1 or 2 trades a day. And if you look at this 15-minute candle, this is closing with no wick at the bottom, and this means no trade for me at this point. Closed with no wick at the bottom. See now, if this candle is doing exactly what the gold candle did over here, wicked up, and if it wicks up and starts breaking the low, that's where I'm gonna enter with a smaller risk and anticipate it to continue moving bearish. So I'm gonna get ready over here. Oh, nice. Gold sells over here. Beautiful. Let's take a look on the 5 minute. 30 minutes still open. 30 minutes about to close in about 14 minutes. Stop is going to be kept above the 15-minute candle, some like 11 pips away. And we'll anticipate price to continue till like at least 151, 200. So let's see how this plays out. GU is also dropping over here in this clean range coming down. There's a lot of weakness in the pound here too. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator. Look at that. Chinese indicator is saying weak pound. So let's see how weak that is. What does having no wick means? Having no wick means there's not enough range for the next price to continue down, you know. So I mean, ideally there's a 50-50 chance, but since all major time frames are bearish except for the daily time frame, which will take a couple of more hours to close, basically I want price to kind of like wick up first and then break the low, and then I'm going to try to enter a sell over here. Will you use dynamic risk? Yes, I'm using dynamic risk. So that means I'm cutting my position in half, and as I'm entering the trade. And then once the 30-minute candle closes, I'm going to add another position to that for price to continue bearish. How long does it take you to sustain in Forex? As long as you manage your risk, you're going to be sustained in Forex. All right, GJ, come on, just pump down a little bit. Oh.
You want to risk it for the biscuit with JJ, huh?
Yeah, I'm using a smaller risk.
Yeah, I mean, looks good. A structure is there. I think we may have like a nice dip before the 4-hour candle close. So it's going to be a nice drop.
Yes.
Probably at least to retest those low to the quarter point, to the 250. So it's like 13 pips from there. It's really nice. I'm gonna try to jump in a little bit.
What's this? I'm not confident in GJ trade at all. Well, perfect. Don't take it. You don't have to take any trade. Did you enter yet? No, not yet. Oh wow, gold went all the way up. Gold looks like it pulled up its pants. Retrace 20. Alright, I entered right over here. Took a short position. Stops are above the previous candle. And really anticipating price to continue down towards 151.200. Now, when we're looking at it from a risk management perspective, if this candle closes back in the range, I'm going to be closing my entire position. You know, but now since it's breaking the low, it created a top wick. The 30-minute candle is about to close in about 10 minutes. Really anticipating it to close bearish and then continue on moving down. Yeah. Wow, GA is also moving down over here. For GJ, do we have not support? Yeah, there's support, but we're counting on volume to continue pushing price down. That's it. You know, looking on the 30-minute as well, we have this wick to fill over here. This candle is going to close in 10 minutes. So if this closes above 151.370, then that means it's respecting support, and I'm going to be closing my position. But if it closes below 151.370, then this means that the next 30-minute candles are going to continue moving bearish. It's just as simple as that. That's it. There's no complication. I've explained my thought process, and that's it. That's all what I'm looking at. All right, I'm just going to mute everybody over here. Man.
Yeah, good morning, by the way. I get muted.
Good morning. All right. What if the running candle starts moving down fast? Would you still enter, or would you only trade if your ideal entry is near to close? Well, I've already entered, so I'm not sure what you're thinking about. Will you add risk if the 30-minute candle closes bearish? Depends on where it closes, right? So far, if it continues down towards like, almost like, 10 pips, I'm just gonna take it as it is and then just leave the rest running. Oh wow, gold went all the way back up bullish. Damn. What's this? Before I watch your streams, I used to trade 7 to 8 pairs. Oh wow, and always lose and overtrading. But right now, I only focus on GJ and EJ, and sometimes gold. Nice. Would you move stops to break even when you're 5 pips in profit? No. I'm only going to move stops to break even when I'm securing positions. Check my gold cells. Oh, nice. Beautiful cells. Why didn't you wait for the candle to close here because of the bigger support? Why? Well, I explained why, so you can go back and re-listen to why. If price comes back to entry, close 50%, you can, but not for me at this point. I'm waiting for this candle to close, so I gotta wait 7 minutes for the candle to close. Oh wow, GA is really moving down over here. Would have been a pretty nice. We did a simulation on GA on Saturday, and I really liked the way it moved. I'm probably going to do more simulations on GA to kind of like study it more. Let's take a look at this trade over here. 15-minute chart. So there were times when you said a candle without a wick is a good indicator that there is no bullish momentum. So that's why a candle would not form a top wick. So how is the liquidity grab different in terms of strength of a candle? Here, like, you know, I mean, the bias was bearish, 30-minute was bearish. So really counted on the higher time frame to take this entry on the 15-minute time frame where the candle closed with no wick. Also, you know, keeping in mind the 4-hour candle, the 4-hour candle over here, it respected the high of the previous 4-hour candle, but it broke the low of the previous 4-hour candle. So that gave some sort of a confidence for price to continue down. So that's the reason why this trade was taken on this smaller time frame, keeping the higher time frame in mind. Oh, gold is back down again. Gold is doing somersaults over here. Question, what's this? Wow, GU is also moving down over here very nicely. Beautiful. Coming down to just as we expected it to move down. Question to anybody. I'm new to investing and I want to know where to invest, and after investing, do I need to take my money out when? Well, that means you don't have a plan after you invest. After you invest, you need to know when you should be taking your money out. You know, it's very important to have that plan in place. Gold looks like it's going to continue moving down. If we look at these 5-minute candles, came down, went straight up about 30 pips and up more, and then straight back down. Crazy. Hey, good morning. What do you think about this early sell I took on GJ? Let's take a look here. Early sell on GJ. Oh, nice. Resistance formed. Impulse sell right here as we broke the low. Secured 80%. Final TP down here. I think it's pretty good. I wouldn't have taken that, but it's pretty good. You know. Will you close 50% when it breaks its own high? Yes. And as we can see, we're coming down here nicely, very beautifully here. Amazing move coming in. Ooh, GU also dropped here. GU dropped magnificently at this point. 30-minute candle is about to close in about 3 minutes. We have this wick to fill here to the left hand side. We can see if it's going to continue moving bearish or not. Will you take partials at 151, 260? I'll take partials at around 10 pips. I'm up about like 5 pips at this point. When you guys will add other payments like Skrill, credit, debit card, probably in the coming weeks. Have you moved stops to break even? No, I have not. You can clearly see from your EYES indicator that the stops have not been moved. How do you feel when you first withdraw profits from Forex? I feel like king. When you withdraw profits and that hits your bank account, whether it's $10, $15, $20, $1,000, man, it's an amazing feeling. Would you add more risk? Probably not, because I have like 30 more minutes left for the stream and I'm not going to add more risk. I think this is the only trade I'm going to take. Someone's saying people have lagging EYES indicator. Lagging, that's a good one. So yeah, it should be pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is, as this 15-minute candle closes, I'm going to bring my stops above this current 15-minute candle. At first, I was aiming for compounding for 10 years, but now I keep withdrawing weekly. That's beautiful. You know, withdrawing weekly is a pretty good plan. How can I participate in Zoom? Well, that's something for you to know. Zoom session is for Market Fluidity members. I mean, that's all I can say at this point. Do you take trades after the live stream? Sometimes I do. For now, we're just waiting at this point for this candle to close. Can we trade without looking at news? I trade without looking at news all the time. You know, I look at the news in the first thing in the morning, but from what I see at this point, there's no news here today. Should be a pretty easy day here today. When did you say that impulse entry session would be? On the 25th April. All right, at this point, I closed 50% of my position. I repeat, for people who have lagging indicators, I closed 50% of my position right here. Can you do learning videos for us? Yes, my YouTube is filled with learning videos. What do you think about EuroCAD 5-minute right now? I think you need to send a chart. If you send a chart, then we can take a look at that and give you some more information. When will Dominion Markets be ready for Mac users? It already is. You just need to figure out how to run your MetaTrader 5 on a Mac. Ooh, this is the start of the new 15-minute candle at this point.
And it's a new 30-minute candle as well, so.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what's going on over here? So, check this out. Let me share my screen over here. Screen 2, like this. All right. So check this out, right? Check this out. I took this sell right here, closed 50% at this point, have half running at this point now. This is how I'm going to manage my risk. If this candle breaks the high of the previous candle, I'm going to close entire position at that point. And then I would have managed my risk in really small. So you can see it says 2.5 by 5. This means I closed 2.5 lots. So go to trade, I got 2.5 running at this point. So managing risk is really, really, really important, trust me. Looks like gold is on its way here again, once more.
Yeah.
Yeah, gold is looking good to continue down to 66 at least. Wow, gold was a trade today. Gold was a trade today, and GA was a good trade for sells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's this?
GJ.
Oh,
No, go ahead.
no, someone said took 5 trades and only lost 20 bucks. God damn, 5 trades. Secured 10 pips on GA. Oh, very nice. Beautiful. 30-minute GJ still closed bearish here. It still looks good. I mean, you know, 30-minute candles closing below the support, kind of closing below the support. Adding position to GJ? No, I'm not adding position to GJ. What I did was I lowered my stop loss above this 15-minute candle. And if it comes up, stops me out, then I'm done for the day here today.
To be honest, looks good. Should continue to the downside.
Yeah. How do I invest with you, sir? You cannot invest with me. You can only invest in yourself. Do you think you can trade indices with the same logic? Yes. Choppy market today. For GJ, yes. For gold, man, beautiful market today for gold. Should have been keeping an eye on this low over here on gold, or I would have executed at that point.
But at that point it will be really risky because the long way to the upside it's a lot. It's like 30 pips to the upside.
Yeah.
Stop loss.
No, that's good, because if this broke the low, you can just have stops above this candle here. Because if it broke the low, then it broke the low to continue down. We got clean candles to the left hand side.
Yeah, the problem is that always when gold does this, it lives a long way to the upside. Usually next candle is giving you a heavy retest before the continuation. So that's why, you know, I'm still holding positions from here. But you know, I know that gold can easily continue to retest that support because the 4 hour is basically getting rejection and it's really nice at this point. But getting an entry below that area, you know, I mean, can work, but will work probably 30 to 40% of the time.
No, I think it works most of the time, 80% of the time, 90% of the time. Because if you look at the time, there's a lot of volume at this time, and if we're breaking the lows right here, it's making a lower low. And if it's making a lower low after this huge rejection, because you can't take a look at this as a wick fill here. It's like a rejection here. Small body candle. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I agree on that.
Oh, damn. Do you offer weightlifting mentorships? Okay. Can you figure out market by just knowing the candlestick patterns? Yes, you can. Wow, really getting FOMO here with gold, but it's all right. Wow, 35. Oh, damn, 1766.
Yeah.
Shit. What a move here on gold. Raja and Kerwin boxing match confirmed. No.
No.
Nice. I'm really happy for guys who took sells on gold and won on gold. Very nice. You guys did well with that. But with pound yen, I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, if it starts breaking the high of the previous candle, I'm done with this and I'm gonna call it a day at that point. Can you say my name? I'd be very happy. Arseny Nikitin. Arseny Nikitin. Yeah. Let's see what GU did. GU also came down. Yeah, it looks like there was a lot of volume, like bullish volume in USD. That what made GU went down, but not GJ. It just ranged over here. Arseny Nikitin. I have no idea what that means. You know, back to break even for FTMO, calling it a day. Oh. It is what it is. Next webinar, is there any way you could focus on how to capitalize on winning trades and add positions? Yes, there are some simulations where we have basically done that, adding positions and stuff like that. Did you close your trade? No, my trade is still open at this point. Because we haven't broken the previous candle's high, my trade is still open. Alright, I've been losing 50 bucks a day on GJ, even taking Raja's trades. Well, I guess you need to stop taking my trades then. Just stop copying. How are you losing? We won yesterday. How did you lose yesterday? That's a lie. I can show you my history. We won yesterday.
I can tell you because I used to do it. It's all confidence issues.
Oh, Tell me more. No, seriously. Like, what?
Oh, seriously? Okay, well, like, okay, when I used to do, I came to you beginning of January, and I came from someone else, and they would be more emotional traders instead of logical traders. But when I came to you, at least, I still had that emotion based. I'll still get scared when I see a small percentage of a drawdown. If I see 3 pips drawdown, I'd be like, oh shit, it's not going my way. Hell, let me get out. Then I would be in a drawdown, and then the trade would turn, and then I would be beating myself up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to do that too in the past. Like I'd see like a small drawdown, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's not gonna work at all, and then I would close, and then it would run in my favor, and then I would add the position, and then it would retrace, and I'd get scared again.
Yeah,
and I was like, God damn, why isn't it working? Yeah, it's true.
Because I did what you said. When I came to you, I did what you said. I took a month off. I started looking at the charts. I started looking at what I've been doing wrong. Because I'm the cause of losing money, not nobody else.
Yeah.
So then once I started looking at the charts, I started just predicting what I thought was going to happen. Sometimes I was right, sometimes I was wrong. But the more time I was right, the more confident I was becoming.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, when you lose and you start to look at things like, why things are happening, and you start to like kind of like construct the ways how you could have done differently, that makes a whole different change. What's this? Paul has donated £5. Oh, nice. Got profits from somewhere. Got to sell on GU, but only 20% of my position, original position, most of it pulled back. Appreciate the lesson. Oh, nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we got this candle closing in about 5 minutes over here on pound yen. Let's take a look on the smaller time frames here. They're pumping bullish. I think this is the time where I got out of my position on GJ right here. I closed my entire position here. My time is ending for the stream, so I think this is a good idea to kind of like close the positions and call it a day. I'm really gonna study on how I would have, entered sells on gold, because this is something I missed here today. So I'm gonna study on this later on. I think I'm a jinx. Whenever I copy a trade, you lose, but when I don't copy, you win. Oh, well.
Wow. I think you can easily continue looking for sells on gold later on, Raja. Yeah. It's coming clutch.
Yes. Much better than trading alone. Yes. So look right here, right? Look at this right here. Had a 5 lot, lost $62, managed risk. Go towards history here. Go from yesterday. Look at these losses here, small losses. Right, so really managed risk here. Didn't get emotional, didn't enter or added positions, just simple managed risk, closed the trade, accepted it, and moving on for the rest of the day. Next move on gold, I think if we break below 1766, can we see 1764?
Yeah, the 1763 is good. And even lower, because at that point the support on the daily in those 4 hours is gonna be broken, and you will have like another $5 move to the downside. Probably we can easily visit 1760 today, or even lower.
Oh, 1760.
Yeah, my friend. But I know that you took your losing trade, so I want you to, you know, be careful with gold today. I added another position because I'm still in profit with the first one, but at this point, you know, my risk on this position, the last one that I just took right now, it's even lower.
Yeah.
But I can easily get another 30 pips to the downside to retest that support.
Yeah, it looks good. Even after we break below this area, it looks pretty good after that.
Yeah. And at this moment, what I want to see on gold is respecting 1769. That's my, you know, it's 1-to-1 my risk reward. It's 30 pip stop loss to get a 30 pip gain on the last position. So this moment the structure, it's telling me that we should respect 1769.
All the way right over here.
Yeah. 30 to 30 is 1-to-1, but like I said, I took it because I have the profits from the other position that I have running. That's why.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, there are opportunities if we break below 1766.20, even below this wick here.
Yeah,
for price
gonna
to go.
be less stress at that point.
Yeah.
It's really annoying right now, Raja, with gold is that the new 15-minute candle is coming. You know, it's coming to play, so we can easily get a rejection from that area where the gold is trading right now. Only two things are going to happen with the new 15-minute candle. It's going to make a really nice rejection from there, like to the upside, or it's going to make a nasty drop from there for the 4-hour candle closing. And if the 4-hour candle is closing below that support, then the sells are going to be really easy at that point with the new 4-hour candle.
Yeah, look at this 4-hour candle though, just a mess, up and down, and just rejections both sides.
Yes, at this point, the 4-hour. Can you go to the 4-hour for a minute?
Oh, right here.
That's what you want to see on the 4 hours, something like this. And then the next one is going to make a small wick and continuation to the downside.
Yes.
Retest this area before anything to the upside. So that's basically the play that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, GJ is still playing around over here. Good thing I got out. It's better to leave a trade rather than being in, like, you know, uncertainty what's going to happen. Should you enter gold on the break of the 5-minute? I think at 1766 even, I think that would make gold continue down. And as Herman talked about the 4-hour here as well. Thoughts on how GJ closed? No thoughts on how GJ closed. Closed with a weak bearish candle, indicating less volume, and I'm basically out of GJ at this point. Not thinking about anything on GJ. Just managed risk, and that's about it. I started withdrawing money, and me growing in an average poor family, starting to see a lot of money. I have noticed I become arrogant and selfish. What should I do in return? Like, humble. Give your money away, you know, like help people who you think need help. You know, that's the best way to stay humble. We give money away all the time. I mean, we have people back home who are really, you know, not well off, so we try to give money to them, you know, and that basically keeps us humble. And especially, like, you know, when I went back home, we saw this kid, right? And he used to work at our uncle's farm, and I saw him in the village. He had cement in a wheelbarrow, and he was walking with that wheelbarrow. I think he's no more than like 13 years old, right? He's walking with this wheelbarrow, and I'm like, what is he doing? So I asked him, hey man, like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, my dad passed away 2 weeks ago, and I have to work now because we need money. I'm like, oh shit, You know, that made me realize, like, wow, like we're really, really fortunate. So, like, you know, like we helped him out financially a little bit, but that, like, when you see things like that, it really makes you think how really fortunate we are.
Yeah.
So, you know, things like that, they really keep me humble. It's like some people are not in a good position at all in life, man. Like he's like 13, not even 14. His dad passed away just 2 weeks ago, and he's walking with a wheelbarrow filled with cement, working on a construction of a house because they just need money. So he's got to work. You know, he's not gonna beg. He's not gonna complain. Just it's just how it is. You know, and when I come back over here and I see everyone complaining about little things in life or complaining about, you know, shit that doesn't even matter, I'm just like, man, you guys haven't even seen life yet. You know, we're all spoiled in this country. We're just all spoiled. I mean, we complain about brokers slipping us by 2 pips. Come on, man. We're so out of touch of reality. It's crazy. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, we're complaining about not wearing a mask, and I mean, that's one of the reasons I don't know, man. I mean, we have things really twisted, but I mean, everyone has their own issues based on where they are and how they're raised and stuff like that. All right, let's check out this chart over here. Oh. Holy, GU 15-minute chart. I was very confident on GU, so I added a second position. We'll see where both positions run or the stop loss break even. Oh, amazing. Very nice. Yeah, that kid was not wearing a mask. He couldn't give 2 fucks about a mask at that point. But hey, he didn't get the virus. He's still alive.
Imagine.
Yeah, look at that rejection there. Possible entry if current GJ 15-minute candle respects previous candles high and ends up breaking the previous lows to continue down. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. 30-minute looks like it's rejecting this wick here to the left-hand side. So yeah, I think we'll need to see a very wholesome we'll need to see a very handsome bearish candle on the 15-minute to give us that confidence that it can continue going bearish. But other than that, I think my time is coming to an end here slowly. I was 13, came through Sahara Desert, and now watching your live stream. Oh, nice. I heard that there was a time when it used to snow in the Sahara Desert. Back in the day, like long time ago, once upon a time. Are you never use stop loss more than 20 pips? No, it depends on the candles, depends on a lot of factors. I do use stops. I always use stops. Sometimes, you know, I don't, but like most of the times I use stop losses. I think 90% of the time I use stops. So here's what happened, right? Waited 2 hours to take a trade, and that's a losing trade. Will I overtrade? No. Am I getting emotional over that trade? No, I'm not. What did I lose in this trade? I lost $62 on a 5 lot. That's it, calling it a day. And if I come back tomorrow and if I win a trade, that win is going to be way bigger than $62. You know, so it's very important to keep your losses small and your winners big and stay patient and come back tomorrow. What about your drone stock? It's in negative at this point. I'm holding it for the next, you know, like 2 years, 3 years. Whatever happens, happens. What's this? My 2 heroes are Wasim Akram and Waqar Yunus. And now you. Oh. On the intake. Oh, on the intake, we're going to have a webinar on impulse entries. How do you keep losses small to that extent when dealing with 0.05 lots? It's really easy. You close 50%. So if you rewatch the stream, you'll know exactly where I closed 50%, and then you'll know exactly where I closed everything. So if I show you this thing right over here, let's see here. So look at this, right? Entered the trade right over here. This is the 1 minute chart. Entered the trade right here, went in profits, price came back to my entry, closed 50%, and then price did some hippity scotching and came back up and then closed everything right there. Zoom in a little bit over there. So yeah, 50%, and then I closed everything. So really manage my risk at that point. Let's play cricket on Sunday. I'm in Brampton. I don't know about Brampton, man. Brampton has its own problems there. I'm not trying to go to Brampton. Will the live streams continue for the Gulag? Yes. Brampton is like Florida. Yeah, that's true. You got the beans in Brampton, and then you got the rich people in Brampton. It's definitely like Florida.
Oh, man.
If you're rich, you go to Florida. If you're a crackhead, you go to Florida. Bath salts.
Bro.
No, bath salts.
Is that true?
The only case of bath salts was from Florida. I'm like, what's going on in Florida? You got everything there. Alligators, celebrities, parties.
Fake celebrities.
Fake celebrities, yeah, that's true.
At Disney World, got Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. What I've seen is if you become an influencer in Florida, somehow you're going to get a Lamborghini. Somehow it's going to happen. And we here in Ontario, we think we're like, what the hell's going on over there in Florida? Yeah, you guys should just dislocate yourself from the US and just call yourself a whole country. I have 2 accounts. I got like 130 in commissions, 170 in. Can I do that? No. You need to have commissions totaling on one account. You can't add up commissions. This weekend I was in a seminar with 200 people. We were all no mask and hugging each other. Wow. Yeah, way to go to make me feel bad about living in Canada. Man, people here stopped even doing fist bumps in Canada because of the virus. This is like awkward. Like you walk up, hey man, how are you? They're like, yeah, we're good, fine, yeah, thank you. Just like, come on. Crazy, people are so scared. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna head off over here. Thank you for tuning in. I do think pound yen is going to drop, and if it drops, it is what it is. You know, missed trade. We'll come back tomorrow and see what happens.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
Thank you, Raja.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace out.
Brazil.